I'm not letting you take her, you hear me?
Everyone stay calm. The Prophet foresaw this day would come.
Bring us the girl and wipe away the debt.
At the Square One Games, my name is Exonovit, and I'm here to show you how to get the unlock Eavesdropper, and to do this you have to collect every Voxophone. Let's go ahead and get this thing started. Okay, so a couple of quick announcements before we start collecting these Voxophones. In the description of this video is going to be a timeline. It's going to have all of the different Voxophones written out for you, and at what point in the video that they play. And what you can do is you can go inside of your game. Let's say you're missing like one or two and you don't want to watch the whole video to try to figure out which one you're missing. Go into your game and go into your Voxophone list, and then come into my timeline, and then just keep scrolling down and comparing, you know, which ones you have versus which ones I have, and then eventually you'll figure out, you know, which ones you're missing. You can just forward to that part of the video, and that way this big video for you ends up being only a couple minutes long. Also remember, there's a tally at the bottom of the screen that's keeping track of how many that I'm picking up, so you can see that I actually get out all 80. And then the last thing is that I really do want to talk a little bit about the autosave feature in the game. Make sure that when you're collecting these Voxophones that you're not quitting out immediately after you pick them up. So you don't want to go into a room and then pick it up and then say, oh, I've got it in, you know, I'm getting credit for it, and then back out, because you may not get credit for it. You have to basically progress the storyline to the point where you get like a checkpoint or autosave feature that'll happen, and that way you can solidify, yes, I did get this Voxophone. Because what happened to me is I collected all 80, and then I got to, you know, I had 80 clips on my hard drive, and then I didn't get credit for the unlock. I had to go back in and actually collect all 80 again until I came across the one that I had actually missed. And the reason why is because I stopped and started this game periodically to take breaks, and I guess I had picked up one and I had it on my hard drive, but I had quit out before I got to an autosave, and it didn't give me credit, which means I had 80 clips on my hard drive, but one of those didn't really count. So just keep that in mind when you're collecting. I'll show you at the end of the video. I'll do another little commentary, and I'll show you where I got my unlock at, and you know, where I missed it at, and we'll go from there. But for now, let's go ahead and get into collecting these Voxophones. Okay, so there's a Voxophone right after you get out of the chair, right after you get into Columbia. You're going to obviously be in this main room. You just want to come left and head into the Welcome Center, and then wrap around to the left again. And there's going to be like a bluish purplish room right here. Just come up here and take a right, and it's going to be right here on this desk. Okay, so eventually you're going to be asked to locate the Statue of Columbia. So as soon as you find that, it's part of the story as you naturally progress. You just want to come up here and take a right and head inside of this building. It's called Hudson's. And you want to just wrap around to where this safe is. There's like a safe on the ground back here, and that's going to be another Voxophone. Okay, so this is right after you cross over the toll bridge. You're basically just following the storyline naturally, and if you push up, you'll see that it's actually telling you to go that way. But if you take a left, you head over here, there's going to be like a lady selling like some flowers right there. Just keep going back over here, and then like this, I guess it's like a garden area, and it's going to be right here on this table. Okay, so this is right after you get the possession sample from the lady. You come through here through the gate, and there's going to be a guy and a girl right here that's asking you to flip a coin. You're in that section of the game. There's going to be a vending machine right there. You want to run to the right. Going to get this big vista right here. There's going to be two guys here talking about the sky hook. Just want to keep coming this way and make a right, come up these steps, and that's going to be another Voxophone. Okay, so eventually you're going to come to this section where you have to do this raffle thing, and you get like the little baseball with the number 77 on it. After that little sequence right there, just head up these steps and come around to the right, and then come down these steps. There's going to be like a vending machine right there, but on the left right here is going to be another Voxophone. Okay, so you're eventually going to make it to the blue ribbon. This is part of the natural progression of the storyline, so you can't miss it. And you just want to head through here and go through this bar area, head through this door, and a Voxophone is going to be right here. Okay, so when you make it outside, you're going to be able to traverse the rooftops with the sky hook. You're going to have a big gunfight in this little area right here. And then you're going to see these triangular shaped windows right here on the roof. Go ahead and bust those out and fall down inside of this home right here. And just make your way down these stairs. And what you're going to do is make your way into this back bedroom. And on this bookshelf is going to be your next Voxophone. Okay, so there's a section in the game where you get your machine gun for the first time. You have to dive off with your skyhook, and you kind of like air assassinate that guy. That's after this gunfight. That's kind of where we are right now. So it's after the hook section, and you're going to be coming through. You're going to see this building right here with the flag hanging off. That's kind of like your icon or whatever that you can be looking for. Just go ahead and head this way. Come out through this door. And the game is going to be wanting you to go kind of in this direction over here. What you want to do is just head down here where it says the Wild West Show. Hop up on stage. And that's going to be your next Voxophone. Okay, so as you progress the storyline, you're eventually going to get to this section of the game. I think it's called the Fraternal Order of the Raven. But your mission objective is to still obviously find the girl. You just want to come through here. You're going to see a statue of John Wilkes Booth. You just want to make a left and head into this bar. And on this bar is going to be your next Voxophone. Okay, so what you want to do now is just backtrack to the John Wilkes Booth statue, except this time you want to go up the double staircase, and then you're going to go into a room. There's going to be a couple of enemies here, so just make sure you can take them out, and you just want to hop off this balcony or come down the stairs either way, but just basically turn around and look on the right hand side, and it's going to be on that second pew. Okay, so you're eventually going to come down this elevator. This is after the area that has like the John Wilkes Booth statue. You're going to be coming down this elevator. I'll show you that as like a frame of reference. That's the first thing you're going to see. Just come around the corner here, go through these double doors. You're going to be in an area that looks just like this. You just want to make a left and head back over here, and you'll see your next Voxophone. Okay, so as you're making your way to Monument Island, which is right over there, there's the Angel. That's kind of like your point of reference. You're going to have to take this skyline on your left-hand side. So go ahead and hop on this, and then you just want to ride this out until you get to the second little destination point. So I'll show you what I mean. This is obviously your first little destination right here. You can hop off here if you want to, but you just want to keep on going until you can get up here to this area right here. This is actually where the storyline is progressing you anyway, where you have to basically find a way to get this little gondola moving or whatever. Go ahead and hop down, and then so there's the gondola. Go ahead and look to your right and come back over here, and this is going to be your next little Voxophone. Okay, so the next one can be found when you're coming into the Monument Tower. You're going to come up here and use your sky hook to go ahead and hook up, and then jump across that gate that's locked. You're going to head inside, and as soon as you get inside, you just want to look to the left, and there's going to be like a locker area. You just want to go over there and find your next Voxophone. Okay, so just keep on progressing the story until you get to this room right here, and you just want to head through these double doors, and then instead of going forward, you just want to make a left and head through here. There's going to be like a little science lab, and it's going to be right here on the right. Alright, the next one is pretty easy to find. You just walk out of here and make a left, and as soon as you come through these double doors, it's going to be right here in front of you on this desk. Okay, so as you climb Monument Tower, there's going to be these little sections where you can like look in on Elizabeth, like paint and read books and all kind of stuff like that. You're eventually going to come to one of those sections, and your Voxophone is going to be on a chair sitting on the right hand side of the room. Okay, so now you've made it to Battleship Bay, and this is after the little cut sequence with Songbird and Elizabeth, and you basically waking up on the beach. And the game wants you to go find Elizabeth, which is that way. But what you want to do is just head straight up here and look underneath this cart, and you'll find your next Voxophone. Okay, so the next one can be found while you're on your way to Duke and Dimwit's arcade. Duke and Dimwit's arcade is going to be on your left. What you want to do is just keep going forward. So in other words, like right here, Duke and Dimwit's arcade is on the left. You go forward, and it's going to be right here for you. Okay, and then from here, just go ahead and back out. Now you actually want to go to Duke and Dimwit's arcade, and I'll show you where this next one is. So just go ahead and bust through these double doors. Come over here. You're going to wrap around. There's going to be, like the game is going to be wanting you to go that way. And then there's going to be some bathrooms on your right and your left. Get inside the left bathroom, and it's going to be right here for you. Okay, so this is the section of the game where you're trying to get your ticket so you can board the airship. There's going to be a big gunfight here. You get the knife shoved through your hand. That's the section that you're in. And what you want to do is, I'm showing you there the ticket booth. You just want to come around here and make a right. Like the game wants you to go that way. You want to come to this back office and get your next Voxophone. So after you pick up that Voxophone, just do a 180 and head down this hallway, then make a left. The game is going to be wanting you to go to your right through that area. You just want to keep going straight, bust through these double doors. You want to head all the way down to the bottom of these staircases, and then at the back of this room is going to be your next Voxophone. Just wrap around that corner, and there it is. Okay, so now that you've made it to Soldier's Field, you just want to come down here and make a left. Now there's going to be a door right here that's going to be locked, so just make sure that you use Elizabeth. There's some lock picks here on the ground, and you can use Elizabeth to pick that lock for you. Head inside of here, and then wrap around, and it's going to be inside of this safe. Okay, so there's going to be an event where the gate shuts right there and you're on the other side. And you can see there it says welcome to Soldiers Field. You just want to come out here and make a left. There's going to be like an ice cream shop over here. I'm kind of showing you that there. You just want to come here and look on this table, and that's going to be your next one. Alright, and then from that one you just want to come out here. This one's kind of a bit of a trek, but I did want to show you all of it because this is a pretty big area. And to me, things, I don't know, kind of look the same sometimes in these games when there's big areas to deal with. So you just want to come over here to Founder's Books, and what you're trying to do is wrap around to this back section up these stairs, and it's going to be right on this little desk for you. Okay, so this is right after the cutscene where you see Elizabeth open up that inside of the elevator. She opens up that tear, and she has that little sequence with Songbird. You just want to come out here, and there's going to be a door right here that's going to be locked. If you don't have enough lockpicks, there are some lockpicks right back over there by that like vending machine. If you need some, but you are going to need some to open up this door. As soon as you open up this door, you can come through. There's going to be a turret in the back there, so just be careful. But it's going to be right here on this desk. Alright, so this next one is right when you're going for the Hall of Heroes. You're trying to clear the debris so that you can access the gondola. You just want to take a right and come into this ticket hall, head up these stairs, and do like a U-turn right here. It's going to be right here on the left by this sniper rifle. Okay, and then from here, you can actually hop off of this little area if you want to. You actually won't die. I think I ran around and took the steps, but you can actually do that. Come down through this way and bust through the double doors, and you're heading all the way across over here. And what you're going to do is as soon as you come through this door, you just head straight back. And there's going to be like a dead body on your left, and it's going to be right up here. Okay, so the next one's a little bit tricky. What you want to do is head back over to the ticket hall, and you want to kind of come over here to where this cannon is. And you're going to find the book, which is what you need to basically break the cipher, the riddle if you will. And I'm going to show you that here in just a second. Okay, so after you pick up this code, you just want to head this way. And now you have to solve a riddle. There's going to be a riddle over here in this area of the game, inside this building. Just come through here, wrap around. And the riddle is going to say something to the effect of tip the hat. So if you come over here to the right, there's going to be a hat right here. Go ahead and press the action button and tip it over. It's going to open up this little secret passage. Come through here, and that's going to be your next Voxophone. Okay, so you've just taken the skylines across. You've actually made it to the Hall of Heroes. And what you want to do now is just head down here and look inside of this gondola, and you can find your next Voxophone. Okay, so once you make it inside the Hall of Heroes, you just want to come straight through and make a left right here, and then come through this door, and then on your left is going to be your next Voxophone. Okay, so eventually you're going to make it to this section of the game. Go ahead and complete the Battle of Wounded Knee and the Boxer Rebellion by basically killing all the guards, and then this center path is going to open up to you. The First Lady, you just want to head back all the way through here, and make sure you have a lockpick at this particular point in the game, because you are going to have to open up the door back here. Elizabeth is going to have to open up this door for you. So make sure you do that, and then just head to the right, and that's going to be your next Voxophone. Okay, so the next thing that you want to do is head to the room where you had a fight with Slate, and you want to come in here and take a left. There's going to be a door right here that you can go through, and there's going to be a workbench in here, and on that workbench is going to be your next Voxophone. Okay, so in order to get the next Voxophone, you have to get back to Soldiers Field. Obviously now you have Shock Jockey in your inventory. What you want to do is go ahead and grab one of these rails right here. Go ahead and head around this way, and you want to basically ride that until you get to this side, and then there's going to be a hook. Go ahead and hook right here, then hop down, and then what you can do is go ahead and hold down L2 and make sure you switch to your Shock Jockey. Then go ahead and use it right here. That's going to open up this door, and then inside it's going to be your next Voxophone. Okay, so you're eventually going to make it to the Finkton docks. This is right after you get on the First Lady, the airship, and you want to just come down this way and head to the left, come through this little office area, and in between these two desks is going to be your next Voxophone. Okay, so you're eventually going to make it to this section of the game where Elizabeth opens up a tear and she gets taken by these two guards. You've got a pretty iconic little symbol right here, the Columbia Authority. You just want to bust a U-turn right here, and your next Voxophone is going to be right here on this desk. Okay, so the next Voxophone can be found as soon as you enter the New Worker Induction Center. You just want to come down here, make a left, and come inside of this center like office area, and on this desk will be your next Voxophone. Okay, so from here what you want to do is just head this way, and come down these stairs, and there's going to be a little a lock here that you have to pick using Elizabeth. You're going to be down here in the service elevator. Just go ahead and hop off and just get down here to the lower level. Come into this back office, and if you turn around right here, you'll see that it's tucked away inside of this locker. Okay, so you're eventually going to come down an elevator. You're going to be in a place called the Plaza of Zeal. It's a pretty big area. I'm going to show you where this next Voxophone is. You just want to come to the right all the way down. There's going to be some enemies here, so you can try to be stealthy or you can just kill them either way. When you come all the way down here and look to the right, back in this corner, you can see your next Voxophone. Okay, so in order to get your next Voxophone, you just want to come through Chen Lin's gun shop. Come through the double doors, and it's going to be on this table. Okay, so the next Voxophone can be found inside of the Good Time Club. You're going to be right here on the main stage after the gunfight. Just go ahead and head through here. There's going to be a door on your right. Again, take that, and then on your left, it's going to be your next Voxophone. Come down this set of stairs, and this is all part of the natural progression of the storyline as well. Like if I hit up on my D-pad, you see that it's actually leading me this way. There's going to be a door right here that needs to be basically picked. And then if you come through here, you can find the code book. Okay, so as soon as you have the code book, what you want to do is just head back out of the Good Time Club, and I'll meet back up with you when we get to the Plaza. Okay, so now that you've made it back out to the Plaza of Zeal, you just want to come this way. And you want to head all the way to the back over here, kind of in that direction. Okay, so here we are, kind of a little bit of a run right there. You want to come through here. This is going to be the clock shop, and right back here is going to be the code. Okay, so then you're just going to have to set this clock to midnight. You can get your next Voxophone. Okay, so let's go ahead and get our next Voxophone. So we come down here. It's going to be some stairs. Probably going to be a couple of guys here that you need to kill if you haven't come through here already. And then just follow the natural progression of the storyline. Come through the projector room. Then when you come through this set of doors, it's going to be right here on this stool. Okay, so you're eventually going to make it down to the lower area of Shantytown. Remember, this is after you open up the tear. You're in the alternate Columbia. You're just trying to make it over here to the graveyard shift. Okay, so once you make it over here, go ahead and go through the double doors and come this way. And you're just heading down here to this like basement area. And the next Voxophone is going to be right over here on this table. Okay, so you're eventually going to make it to this area right here. It's like a skyline section. What you want to do is come this way and go to the right. And there's going to be two rails. You can see the one I'm on right now, and then there's this other one. You want to get on the second one. And just ride it all the way to the top, and then you're just going to dismount when you get to this open area right here. And this is going to be your next Voxophone. Okay, so you're eventually going to make it to the impound. What you want to do is just head up this way, come through the double doors. And you're going to take these stairs on your left, and we're basically coming back here to this back office, and we're going to get our next Voxophone. Come to the second office. So there's the first one, there's the second one. It's going to be back here on this desk. Okay, so this is where you had the gunfight. You got the piece of cover in front of you, and what you want to do is just come over here and head left and come around this corner. You can get your next Voxophone. Okay, so this is the section of the game where you come down here and you're looking for those tools, and you can't find them. So Elizabeth ends up opening up another tear, and you end up like time traveling again or whatever. From here you want to come up, basically just backtrack the same way that you came. I'm going to show you where to get this next Voxophone at. Just going all the way back out. Remember, this was the locked door that you had to open up. It's going to be right here on this desk. Okay, so you're going to eventually head back through Shantytown. You're trying to get back to the gunsmith's shop. The game is going to be wanting you to go this way through the elevator. You actually want to head toward the graveyard shift, and what you're going to see is a handyman on the ground, and that's going to be your next Voxophone. Okay, from there you want to go back inside the graveyard shift and work your way over here and look on this bar, and that's going to be your next one. Okay, so you're eventually going to make it back to the gunsmith shop. I'm just showing you there that that is our objective, because I know we've been here before, so I don't want to confuse you. This is the second time we've came back through here, and that's going to be your next Voxophone right there. Alright, so the next thing you're going to be doing is heading into the factory. You can see here that we have the big the sign at the top that says Fink, and there's obviously another sign that's kind of iconic. Over here is going to be your next Voxophone. Alright, eventually you're going to make it here. This is when you're trying to actually board the First Lady. There's a big gunfight here. There's a little action sequence with Fitzroy, and there's like a handyman fight as well. What you want to do is head through here, and instead of boarding the airship right away, you just want to come over here and hang a right, and it's going to be down here on the ground. Okay, so eventually you're going to get to a section of the game that says Welcome to the Emporia. It's a huge like building or a structure, if you will. It's going to be a gondola that you can take. This is the gondola that I took over, and now I'm kind of inside of this area. What you want to do is just keep coming this way, kind of follow out the natural progression of the storyline. Just come up these steps, and over here on the left is going to be your next Voxophone. Okay, from here what you want to do is just head up these stairs, basically just progressing the storyline naturally. There's going to be a little gunfight in this little area right here, so just be careful. Then just come this way, come up these stairs, and just kind of hug the left, and we're going to come through this door, and then we're going to come through this door, and it's going to be right here. Okay, so let's go ahead and get the next Voxophone. You just want to come this way, and now we're just going to be progressing the storyline naturally, and I'll show you where this next one is. Just come up these stairs right here. Now there's going to be a locked door right here. Go ahead and open that up using Elizabeth. You're going to get right here and go ahead and take a left. You're going to come into Founder's Books. There's going to be another locked door right here, so just make sure you open that as well. And then over here on your right is going to be your next Voxophone. Okay, so now we want to go ahead and collect our next Voxophone. You just want to come down these steps. When you get to the bottom, just bust a U-turn. It's going to be right here on this little end table. Okay, so as soon as you get that Voxophone, you're going to be prompted for like an optional quest, if you will. What you want to do is go ahead and backtrack all the way back until you get to the Salty Oyster. You pass that as you came in, and I'll explain everything else when you get there. Okay, so we're back at the Salty Oyster, and let's just come through here. Now you can see that my door is already open right now. That's because I've already done it. But what you can do is come over here where this register is, and if you look right here, there's a button. And if you press that button, it actually opens up that door. Let's go ahead and do that, and then when you head inside, over here is going to be your next Voxophone. Okay, so there's going to be an event with Songbird, and you're eventually going to come to this main little area right here after the elevator sequence, and it's going to be like a big skyline section. And what you want to do is go ahead and take this outer skyline, and you want to take it around until you see like a balcony area. And then if you jump down right here, there's going to be a locked door right here. Go ahead and unlock this door, and when you come through, it's going to be your next Voxophone. Okay, so go ahead and make it back to the main area here. We're going to go ahead and get our next Voxophone. This time we're going to come through this gate right here. Go ahead and open that up. I think it's locked or whatever, so go ahead and make sure you use Elizabeth to pick that lock. And I'm going to go ahead and walk this whole thing out for you because I think this next area is a bit confusing. All the buildings kind of look the same. So we're going to come down through this way. And we're going to come under this little main gate area right here. This is Harmony Lane. As soon as we get to the bottom, we're going to take a right and come into this little store. We're going to take a right and come down these stairs. This one's very hard to find, very hard to see, but it's right here behind this chair inside of this crate. Okay, so let's go ahead and get our next Voxophone. It's a pretty big run, but I'm going to go ahead and make it for you because I think this area is a little bit confusing. We're going to come out this way. We're going to make a right. I'm going to head down here to this opening, and we're going to go up these stairs, and we're waiting to see a bridge. There's going to be a pretty iconic bridge up here. Let's keep going. Alright, there's the bridge right there. We're going to come up these steps to the left, and then over here is going to be a locked door, so just make sure you have some lock picks. It's going to be right there, and then when you come inside, you'll see that right here is your next Voxophone. Okay, so you're eventually going to make it to Comstock house. Let's go ahead and come up here and get our next Voxophone. It's going to be right here, kind of near this statue. Okay, so after you pick up the Voxophone that's right here on the statue steps, go ahead and turn around and head back this way. And what you're looking for is the magic shop. And inside the magic shop is going to be your next Voxophone. It's actually going to be right there on a piano. I'm going to show you how to get there right quick. You can get here the other way as well, but you can also come here to be a little bit faster for you. There's the magic shop. It's going to be like an electric circuit down here that's kind of flickering. And then if you do a 180, go ahead and hop across here. And when you get inside this room, it's going to be on the piano. Okay, so eventually you're going to be given the order to find all three tears. This is after the fight with Elizabeth's mother. You're going to come back to the lab over here, and we're going to come up here and find our next Voxophone. This is just the way that the storyline wants you to go. Wants you to go basically through there. You're just going to head upstairs, and right over here to the left of this bed is going to be your next Voxophone. Okay, and from here what you want to do is just come back downstairs, come into this room, head over this way. It's going to be right here on this little table. Okay, so the next voxophone we want to get is actually right through here. There's going to be a tear in the center of the room. Just go ahead and activate that little sequence, and when it's done, it's going to drop your next voxophone. Okay, so you're eventually going to make it to the bank. This is while you're looking for the second tier part of the storyline. The game's going to want you to go this way right here. You actually want to come this way. I'm going to show you where this cipher is. Come down through here, keep going, make a left, and come all the way down to the end here. And then you'll eventually have a little sequence where Elizabeth will come in and start talking about the cipher. It's kind of right around as you come back to the back of this desk. She's going to start talking about it, and it's about, it says that you can find the code in Hudson's Tailors. So I'm going to show you where that is next. Okay, so now we want to find the code book, and it's going to be inside of the Hudson Tailors shop. So just come out of the room where you were looking for the tear, you know, the bank or whatever. Make it out to this main room, and then come this way. And go ahead and take a left right here. And this is going to be Hudson's right here. Come up these steps, scan, fall down here, and then way back here in this little corner on this shelf is the book. Alright, so now that we have the book, I'll meet you back at the bank. Okay, so basically she's going to tell you to type 3 letters that is basically another word for voice, and we have to enter the code right here on the typewriter. Okay, so now that you've solved the code, just look back and you'll see that you have your next voxophone. Okay, so this is on the way to the second tear. The game is obviously wanting you to go this way. You do want to follow it out, and you can see that the tear is actually right there. But what I want to do is head to the left and come down here. There's going to be a safe, and on the other side of the safe is going to be your next voxophone. Okay, so the next voxophone can be found right after you open up the second tear, just back here on this little altar. Now the only thing you want to do is just make your way to the third tear, and then what you want to do is just go ahead and open up that tear per usual, and it's going to be over there on that little desk. You can go ahead and pick that one up. Okay, so we finally made it to Comstock's place, and we're looking for Elizabeth, and there's going to be a door right here that's locked. Go ahead and use the intercom, and as soon as that's over with, there's going to be an elevator that comes down right here, and that's going to be your next voxophone. Okay, so after you've taken the elevator up, just come this way and make a right, and you're going to head over here and then make a left. And you're going to find that down over here is going to be your next voxophone. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about our next voxophone. You can pick that up in this room right here. Now we're just going toward the warden's office. Obviously, we're just going through the game naturally. I haven't deviated off the correct path here. And when you come around this section, you are going to see another voxophone. Okay, so eventually you're going to make it to this like projector room right here. We're still obviously heading toward the warden's office. You can see right there the signs. We're going to come through here, and I'll show you where your next voxophone is going to be at. It's going to come around here and then wrap around and look back, and it's going to be right here beside this projector. Okay, so from here what you want to do is just go ahead and make your way up to the warden's office. Just come up these steps, wrap around, come through here, and you can see it right there on that little chair. Okay, so go ahead and leave the warden's office after you trigger that little sequence or whatever. And now this gate that used to be closed is now going to be open. And we're going to head back down to this elevator and pick up the next voxophone. Just come down here. And it's going to be right here. Okay, so after you free Elizabeth, you just want to head this way. And you can actually go either way. You know, it's both going to lead to the same spot. I'm just choosing to go this way. Come around here, and then there's going to be a door right here that's going to be locked. This one right here, so go ahead and pick that. And then come up here and you can get your next voxophone. Okay, so you're eventually going to make it to this section of the game, and this is when you have to board the airship, which is right over here. Let me show you that. That's where you're trying to go. What you want to do is just hit up this center steps right quick and come to this door right here. Now there's going to be a lock on this door, so just make sure you have a pick. And when you come through here, make a left, and right in front of you is going to be your next voxophone. Okay, so you're eventually going to make it to Comstock's airship, and what you want to do is go ahead and make it to the second floor. That's currently where I am. This is the button that I have to hit in order to get to the third floor, but I'm not going to hit it quite yet. I'm going to do a 180 and come down here. Now this door is going to be locked. Go ahead and unlock that using Elizabeth, and then come through here, and directly in front of you is going to be another voxophone. Okay, so the next voxophone is after the sequence with the prophet. You're just going to be coming through here, up these stairs, come all the way down and just keep wrapping around, and then when you get right here, go through this door. It's gonna be right here on this desk. Okay, from here what you want to do is just head back out and make a left. Come over here to this other little cabin, I guess, if you will. It's gonna be right here on this bed. Okay, so I just collected all 80 of the Voxophones, but obviously my unlock did not pop on the actual 80th one. You're going to see on screen right now that I'm actually traveling back through the entire game to try to figure out which one I'm missing, and then I actually come across it pretty early on in the game, but it could have been, you know, later on in the game, which would have been a disaster. So you got to make sure that you're working your autosaves. You have to make sure that you're getting credit for these Voxophones, or you're going to have to do a lot of backtracking or whatever to figure out which ones you're missing. So the bigger question is going to be whether you can chapter select to get these in. You can, but it's going to be a little bit confusing because when you, let's say you're at the end of the game and you have, you know, 70 Voxophones, and then you want to go back and replay like Soldier's Field or Battleship Bear or something like that. When you get there, you're only going to have, you know, what you were supposed to have when you got there to begin with. So let's say that when you were there the first time, you had 30 Voxophones. You progressed the game all the way to the end, now you have 70. When you come back to that in the chapter select, you're only going to have like 30. So you're going to think in your brain, I've got to, what, do I have to go back and get all 40 again? You don't. The game is still going to give you credit for picking up new ones, but it's not going to add them to your entire roster until you autosave again and then chapter select back to the end of the game. Then you'll see that you have like 71 Voxophones. You see what I mean? It's the weirdest dynamic I've ever seen in a game in terms of collecting things. I wish that would have been a little bit more streamlined, but just know that you can chapter select, but you have to be really, really picky about it. Like, you have to chapter select, you have to get what you need to get, then you have to make sure that it auto saves out before you leave, because if you don't, then you're not going to get credit for it. So I wanted to point that out to you guys. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I'd be more than happy to answer them for you, and we can just go from there. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. Remember, on the left hand side of the screen is an interactive panel. You can click on that. It'll take you to a master video of mine, which eventually will have all the links to all the videos that I'm covering for this game. If you need any more help with anything, and I will see you guys in the next video. You guys be good.